evening and welcome to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the Women's Finalissima live from Wembley Stadium. I'm your alternative commentator, Nicholas Jones, and once again, I am delighted to have alongside me Russ Vernon. Russ, good evening, and he'll give me a score prediction.
Good evening, Nicholas. Hopefully you're doing okay, mate, and hopefully everyone else is doing okay as well. I'll just be on now, and I'll probably come back on at half time, and then again after the game is finished, Nicholas. But I just thought I'd pop on and give people my score prediction after seeing both lineups. This evening is going to be a tough test for England. We all know how the Lionesses play and what kind of calibre they have got and what qualities they've got in Serena Wiegmann's side, but it's going to be a tough test against the Copa America winners in Brazil this evening. Rafaela, the Brazilian captain, knows the English captain Leah Williamson quite well after playing with her at Arsenal this season. I think it's going to be another win for England. England are unbeaten under Serena Wiegmann so far. I see that continuing, Nicholas. And I'm going to say England to win 2-0 this evening, with goals coming from Alessia Russo and Ella Toone to get on the score sheet. Hopefully the Lionesses can get another win tonight, which will help England moving forward.
You heard the prediction. You heard the prediction from Russ. So now we're going to go through the lineup, starting with England. In goal is number 1, Mary Earps. Number 2, Lucy Bronze. Number 3, Jess Carter. Number 5, the captain Leah Williamson. Number 6, Alex Greenwood. Number 4, Kira Walsh. Number 8, Georgia Stanway. Number 10, Ella Toone. And number 7, Lauren James. Number 9, Alessia Russo. And number 11, Lauren Hemp. For Brazil, in goal is number 12, Leticia. Or is it Leticia? I think it's Leticia. Then we have number 5, Tamires. Number 6, the Brazil captain Rafaela. Number 3, Kathleen, or is it Kathleen? Number 14, Lorraine. Number 21, Caroline. Number 15, Luana. Number 17, Ari. Number 2, Antonia. Number 18, Gacy. And number 16, I think, Zanerato. We will check official numbers a bit later on. But a real blows. But despite what Russ said about Brazil being a bit of a tough competition, with Brazil expecting themselves to be really tough competition for England, there have been last-minute replacements. The legendary player Marta, who is considered to be the best player in women's football, currently is out with muscular problems, and Duda Santos will fill her place, and Andressa Alves will replace Nicole, also injured. And Marta's absence is a huge blow to Pia Sundhage's side, and her absence will be hugely felt. England, who did so well in the Arnold Clark Cup, winning 12 in their three matches, they'll be looking to build on that as they edge ever closer to this summer's Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. Also coming up for them next Tuesday is a friendly to Australia. So we'll be hoping to bring you coverage of that. Leah Williamson will be wearing the oft-debated One Love armband, which is designed to promote diversity and inclusion. Meanwhile, Millie Bright has withdrawn due to muscular problems, and we can now go back to it. It's got to it. We appear to have just had to change my pictures a little bit just to check to see what was up. So meantime, Brazil, they have won the Copa America Feminina 4 times consecutively, 7 in total. And they were also the runners-up at the women, and they were runners-up at the, and they were runners-up in the Women's World Cup in 27. They were the runners-up at the Women's World Cup in 2017. 2007. Yes, that's right, 2007. So any second now, they're also, and Brazil, they were also involved in an invitational tournament, in this case, the She Believes Cup in America, which England famously won in 2019. Kickoff is less than 10 minutes away now. They only won one of their 3 matches, which was their opening game against Japan. They lost consecutive games against Canada and the United States, meaning they finished the She Believes Cup in 3rd place. Like Ross says, Alessia Russo could be one of the other favourites to score. She's been wearing the number 9. She's been wearing the number 9 shirt with pride, and has been a great forward player since Ellen White retired. Since the retirement of the great Ellen White, Lauren James could be given another chance to further grow her reputation. She performed so well in the Arnold Clark Cup earlier this year. And before we go into anything further, we can now go through our match officials, starting with our referee, Stéphanie Frappart of France. She has refereed many matches for international women's games, including the 2019 Women's World Cup final. She officiated matches at the Women's Euros and at the Men's World Cup in Qatar. The only game I think she did was between Germany and Croatia, and Farrah Williams, along with a Brazilian delegate, is bringing out the Finalissima Women Trophy. This is the first time that the Finalissima is taking place for women. It's a regular men's competition, which is to determine who is the best out of the winners of the Euros and the Copa America, which was played. The most recent edition for the men's was between Argentina and Italy, and this was a game which I believe Argentina won. And the match is taking place, and as I mentioned earlier, the match taking place at Wembley. Leah Williamson about to lead the team out. So back to our match officials. Assistant referees, also France, are Elodie Coppola and Manuela Nicolosi. The 4th official is Switzerland's Esther Staubli, who some of you may remember as one of the match officials in the Women's Euros last year. On VAR is Jérôme Brissard, also of France, and assistant VAR is Maika Venderstichel, also of France. Someone called Delboy Harley says hi. I think that's probably to do with the fact that he's looking forward to listening. So if you are, Delboy, then you are most welcome. And the teams now walking out onto the field of play. Raffaele leading Brazil out, as Russ also mentioned, plays for Arsenal in the Women's Super League. So So we'll likely know the tactics used by Leah Williamson, and the players now walking onto the centre of the pitch to go through the customary procedures, including the national anthems. So I think the first one we will hear will be the national anthem of Brazil.
And now, the national anthem of England.
So both national anthems sung by players, management, and spectators. Brazil, Brazilian players getting a great roar of approval. I mean, or should I say appreciation by the travelling Brazil contingent. But the majority of support. I mean to say, but the support will no doubt be for England. Will no doubt be for England for the most part. But Brazil have their handful of supporters as well. And before I went on air, just found before I went on air, found out that Switzerland have been chosen to host the next Women's Euros in 2025. So congratulations to them. So we're now just about at least a couple of minutes now from kickoff. In terms of who I think might make an impression from the substitutes bench, Jess Park has been included despite concerns that she wouldn't due to a recent injury. Rachel Daly has impressed up front in recent games, despite even though she originally has featured in defence. The England team now going through tactical discussions over what choices they're going to use and what strategies they're going to come up with. Brazil Brazil also getting into a huddle, and they raise their arms, just like which is customary among which is I think something basketball teams do in the States. If you have any more information on why teams clasp their hands together and then just lift them up into the air, then do please let me know. So England, I think, have broken away from the tactics, and the players are now gathering around the centre of Wembley. They're gathering around the centre of the pitch to observe a minute's silence. We will let you know. And I think it's to honour Pele. Yes, it is. I think it's a minute's applause. Or silence. Yes, indeed, it is a minute's applause a minute applause for Pele, the greatest footballer of all time, and there we have the minute's applause. Pele, who died at the end of 2022, and the players now break away and get into their respective positions. So I think it'll be England that will kick us off. Couldn't quite see who it was. That was the closest. That was the closest to the ball. Brazil wearing green shirts, and they take the knee. Or should I say Brazil wearing yellow shirts and blue shorts, blue socks. England wearing the white shirts, the white shirts, the blue shorts, and the white socks. And away we go then for the first half of the women's Finalissima between England and Brazil, and England straight into it already. It's now the ball is with Jess Carter. Carter does well to hold on, but is intercepted by I think Raphael. But is intercepted by I think Raffaele or was it Antonia? No, it was Antonia. And England now pressing forward with Alessia Russo. Russo passing quickly to Lauren Hemp. Are England going to score early on? No is the answer, and Brazil managed to defend that one really well. The ball is now with Ari. Ari was trying to find someone to pass to up front, but the ball was intercepted by Lucy Bronze, I should say. Now the ball is with Alex Greenwood. Greenwood passing to Carter. Already the action has exploded, and we're barely a minute in. And something else I should point out that if the scores are level after 90 minutes, we go to penalties. And the ball is now firmly with Georgia Stanway briefly, but now it's been passed back to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood now passing again to Carter. Carter to Lauren Hemp. Hemp wants to pass back to Carter because a Brazilian player was looking like she was going to tackle her, but now it's back with Carter. Carter passes to Leah Williamson, I think it is. Williamson crosses to Hemp. Hemp has to defend. I mean, Hemp tried to get to the ball, but she was too far back, so unlucky for her. And Lauren was ahead of her. Serena Biegman and the England assistant coach Arjen Veronic comparing notes with each other. And the ball being kicked out of goal by Leticia, the Brazil goalkeeper. The ball now with Brazil, and I think that was Zanaretto. But England managed to take it back. It's Bronze passing to Mary Ertz, although Brazil looked like they wanted to take it off her, but she managed to clear that one out. And the ball is now with Carter. Carter to Georgia Stanway, I think it is. Stanway crossing to Lauren Hebb, but Hebb was cut out by her namesake Lauren, and it's a throw in to, and it's now a throw in to England by Carter, but the ball was deflected. But the ball was deflected away, and so it will be a Brazil throw. Raffaele wearing a blue captain's armband. So she's going to have to, and she's going to have to lead her team. Really, and she's going to have to find a really effective way to lead her team. She led them to victory in the Copa America Femenina last year. But so she knows how to. So she'll likely know how to handle the pressure. And but England still managed to keep hold of the ball. The ball now being passed around to Leah Williamson, I think that is. Williamson to Lucy Bronze, and Bronze crossing to Russo, but Russo was held back by I think Kathleen. Yes, indeed it was Kathleen. Thrown to Brazil, given to, I think that was Caroline. Caroline had the ball briefly, but for whatever reason, a free kick has now been given to Brazil. Free kick taken, but it goes as far as Bronze, who wins it back for England. But Brazil managed to take it back on the rebound, and the ball is now with Antonia. Antonia tries to cross it to I couldn't see who, but England have managed to intercept it, and it's now with Lauren James. Lauren James to Ella Toone. Toone tried to find him, but was halted by the Brazilian defence. Good interception by Brazil, but England managed to take it back through Greenwood. Or Greenwood now to Carter, and the ball is now with Kira Walsh. Walsh to Williamson, and Williamson passing to Lucy Bronze. Now it's with Georgia Stanway. Stanway passing to I think that was Greenwood. It was with Carter, but she was held, but she was caught out by Brazil, and Brazil are looking to take advantage of this. The ball now being passed around defensively. I think it was Raffaele who had the ball, but it goes out for a throw to be taken by England. And just after 5 minutes at Wembley Stadium, it's England 0, Brazil 0, and Pia Sundhage, the Brazilian coach, has experience of managing at international level. She coached the United States to the final of the 2011 World Cup in Germany, but they lost to Japan that day. So England now have the ball again. It's Lucy Bronze. She's crossed now to Alessia Russo, who goes down in the 18-yard box. Will it be a penalty for England? I couldn't see any indication from the referee. But I don't think a penalty will be given. Bronze manages to cross, but was Russo offside? I think she was, and so a goal kick has been given to Brazil, which has been and England tried to take the ball off, but Brazil said nothing doing, and it will be a corner to England. And it looks to me as though it will be Georgia Stanway that will take the corner for England, which she does. She passes to Hebb. Hebb crossing into the goal area, but headed away. But headed away by Brazil, and it still remains 0-0. We're just going to have to take another look on my monitor to see who it was that headed it out. I think that might have been Caroline. So it looks like it will be, and it's a goal kick to Brazil. So I think somebody from Brazil might have deflected it away. I guess correctly. Walsh to Jess Carter. Carter now passing to Hebb, back towards Carter. Carter passing now to Walsh again. Walsh yet to score at international level. Alex Greenwood. Now it's with the captain, Williamson. Williamson to James. Back down to a Walsh. Now it's with Greenwood. Jess Carter again. But she gives it away to Luana. Or was that Zanaretto? No, it was Zanaretto, and I think Brazil were close to, and I think Brazil were just on the cusp of the 18-yard box. They were, but England were able to hold them off. Kira Walsh now with the ball. She passes to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood now to Carter. Carter passing to Greenwood. Now it's with Walsh. Walsh now to Williamson. Williamson does a long-range pass to Bronze, but it comes to naught as Brazil managed to regain the ball. And I think that was Raffaele going, trying to pass to somebody up front, but England did really well. To cut her off, and the Lionesses have regained control. It's Alex Greenwood to Jess Carter. Carter now passing to Ella Toone. And Toone crossing to Leah Williamson. Williamson to Lauren James. James passing to Stanway, but Stanway makes a mistake and concedes the ball to Brazil, which will be taken, and who will take a throw-in. And it will be Tamires. It will be Tamires to take the throw, but it goes out again. And once again, Tamires will take the throw for Brazil. Pia Sundhage, I think, said something from the touchline. I couldn't quite get what she said. And it's now Zanaretto for Brazil. Zanaretto passing to Ari, but Ari losing the ball to Walsh. And Walsh now passes to Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp tries to get around the Brazilian defenders, but can't quite do it. So she has to pass to Jess Carter. Now it's with Alex Greenwood. Greenwood now passing to Ella Toone, and after 10 minutes, it's still England 0, Brazil 0. It's Bronze to Lauren James, but I think she passed to Russo, who I think was intercepted, and a foul by Aaliyah Williamson on somebody from Brazil. I couldn't see who it was. I think it was Caroline, or was it? I'm actually beginning to have second thoughts on whether it was Caroline, and in fact, it wasn't. It was Gacy. Gacy, one of the forwards. But no yellow card given. Surprisingly, England have had 72% possession so far. Brazil only 28. So England, I think, are very much in the driving seat as Russo now has the ball, and she's just outside the 18-yard box. She passes to Bronze, but an offside flag has gone up against England. Was it against Russo, or was it because of Bronze, or was it a foul just outside the 18-yard box that conceded the ball? Yes, it was a foul by Raffaele on Russo. I think she elbowed her down to the ground, and that has given a free kick to England. Greenwood to take the free kick. She places the ball just behind the marked line. She's now trying to look for a suitable place to aim at. Hemp and Russo are close to goal. So is Williamson, and the Brazilian players trying to mount some kind of defensive wall. She's waiting for the referee's signal. Is Greenwood, and she gives the signal, and the ball goes into the 18-yard box, and Williamson has picked it up, but was she too late? I think she might have been, and so nothing comes of it for England, although they're still hungry for that first goal. Across by Toon, kept out by Brazil. It's now with James. James passing to Bronze, headed out by Raffaele. Good work by her, and it's been given to Zanerato. Zanerato now passing the ball, but intercepted. But the ball has been intercepted by England, and it's now with Jess Carter. Carter passing to Williamson. Williamson crossing upwing to Bronze, who passes to Stanway, but Stanway has to pass back to Bronze. And now the ball is with Greenwood. Greenwood passing now to Leah Williamson, and Williamson finds Lauren Hemp. Hemp trying to go around the Brazilian defenders, but she has to pass to Lucy Bronze, who goes for a shot that's deflected out by Leticia. And that is the closest anyone has come to scoring. What a shame that that Bronze's goal has to be saved, because that looked like it was going to go in for me. And the ball is now back with Carter, who passes to Toon. Toon. There's a long-range pass to Williamson, who passes back to Bronze. Bronze again to Williamson, although Williamson has to hold off. At least one or two Brazil players. I think that's Zanaretto. I think it's Zanaretto now with the ball, and she did well to pass to Luana, although Luana had Ella Toon all over her. I mean, all over her like a rash, I should say. But this is another look at the shot by Bronze, and the use and the hands by Leticia instrumental in keeping the score 0-0. The ball is now with Alex Greenwood. She passes to Jess Carter. Looks to me like a clear evening at Wembley. No sign of rain. And the ball now back with Carter. Carter to Williamson. Williamson now to Kira Walsh. Walsh now crossing up front. I was aiming for Ella Toon, but Raffaele did well to halt the attack. Now the ball goes back out to James, who I think was cut out by Caroline. Brazil aren't making it easy for England so far. And Bronze will take the throw. She throws to Russo, but is cut out. But is cut out by Brazil. And Caroline, she's been a real thorn in England's side so far. Now the ball's been passed to Jess Carter, who passes this time to Georgia Stanway. Stanway passing to Bronze. Now it's with Greenwood, and Greenwood crossing to Lauren James. James has to hold off Tamirez, and a Brazilian player has gone down in the 18-yard box. I think that might have been Zanaretto. Did she collide with Russo? I think she may have done, but regardless of what happens, it's given England a goal kick. I mean, Brazil a goal kick, I should say. And the ball has ended up at the feet of Jess Carter. Carter with the ball. She passes to Kira Walsh. Walsh passes up the wing to Williamson. Williamson crosses down wing to Stanway. Now it's with Carter again. Carter now passing to Kira Walsh. Now back to Carter again. Stanway, Carter. Carter has to pass to Greenwood. Now it's with Georgia Stanway, shoving the back by Zanaretto, but that doesn't do anything except concede the ball to Luana. Luana passing to one of the defenders, and the ball was almost taken by Gacy, but now the ball has ended up with Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp almost shoved in the back. Passes to Russo though. Now back towards Hemp, although she has to hold off Kathleen. And I think an offside flag has gone up. I'll have to check. I'll have to take a look on my monitors, and I have a feeling that Hemp was indeed offside. So a free kick to be awarded to Brazil, and it will be Lauren to take the free kick, and it ends up back with Carter for England, but it goes over the line, so that free kick is so it's been given a throw in, and Zanaretto now has the ball, or is it Luana? No, it's Luana with the ball for Brazil. Was looking to pass to Zanaretto, but intercepted by Stanway, and Stanway passes to Lauren James. James does well to hang on to the ball, but collides with one of the Brazil players, and the ball is now with Gacy. Was she looking to score? I think she was, but defended by England, and that is the closest Brazil have come to scoring. Good free kick to Gacy, but a brilliant deflection by Jess Carter. She may well have been offside, but I don't think the match officials had time to notice this. And a disappointment on the face of Gacy, but that has given Brazil a corner to be taken by Caroline. Although she doesn't kick into the 18-yard box. The ball now goes into the 18-yard box. Will it be a chance for Brazil to score? No. That was a waste. That was a wasted kick, in my view. And I think Brazil should have just taken. And I think Brazil should have just kicked the ball into the 18-yard box from the corner. And it's given Mary Earps a goal kick for England. Mary Earps runs up to the ball. She kicks it out of the goal area towards Lauren James. James has to hold off Tamirez. She passes to Bronze. Now it's with Stanway. Stanway to Russo. Back towards Bronze. James again. Now Kira Walsh. Now back towards Bronze. But Bronze has to pass to Williamson. Now the ball is with Greenwood. Greenwood doing well to keep the ball away from Brazil. Passing to Carter, Toon, and Greenwood. Neither side willing to concede an inch. And after almost 20 and a half minutes, it's still England 0, Brazil 0. James to Stanway, back downfield to Williamson. Now it's with Alex Greenwood, who passes to Jess Carter. Carter to, I think that was Kira Walsh. Yes, indeed it was. Now Alex Greenwood. Back to Walsh. Walsh crosses up the wing to Williamson. Williamson passing now to James, who in turn passes to Stanway. Back to James. James has to look for a gap to get through the Brazilian defence. Will she score from here? She passes to Ella Toon. Now it's with Lauren Hemp. Hemp enters the 18-yard box, but almost cut out, I should say, by Antonia. England still managed to hold on to the ball. It's now with Ella Toon. Toon passing to Russo. Back now to Kira Walsh. Now it's with Lauren Hemp. Hemp just outside the 18-yard box passes to Ella Toon. And Toon manages to get out of the ball. She's tripped up by Antonia. Play still goes on though. And England still managed to keep hold of the ball. The ball is now with Walsh, who has taken. Walsh taking it courtesy of Alex Greenwood. Greenwood has the ball again. She passes to Jess Carter. Carter back towards Alex Greenwood. Now the ball is with Kira Walsh. Back to Greenwood, and Greenwood now passing to Ella Toon, and Toon back to Kira Walsh. Now it's with Williamson. Williamson to Lauren James. Now the ball has been passed to Stanway. Bronze. Ella Toone. Is it going to be the opening goal? It is. England take the lead through Ella Toone. Jumps up into the air and gets a massive hug from her teammates. What a goal by Ella Toone, who did so well who was one of the star players in the Women's Euros. That is her 16th international goal. It was James who passed to Lucy Bronze. Stanway passed back to Bronze. So a good reverse decision by Stanway to pass to Bronze, and it well and truly paid off, and England lead Brazil by 1-0. And Brazil now have to get their act together if they are to level up against England, despite holding them off for just over 20 minutes. Serena Wiegmann really pleased with that goal as well. High fives all round. And after around 24 minutes, it's now England 1, Brazil 0. The ball now with Antonia, but she only managed to send it out for a throw. It'll be just Carter to take the throw, which he does. She throws to Georgia Stanway, who passes to Leah Williamson. Now the ball is with Lucy Bronze. Bronze passes back to Williamson. Gacy looked like she was going to go after the ball, but she could. The ball goes to and now Alex Greenwood. Excuse me. Jess Carter to Ella Toone. Now back towards Carter. Carter to Kira Walsh. Now back to Carter again. Alex Greenwood now has the ball, but she only passes to Walsh. Now back to Greenwood. The ball is now with Leah Williamson. Williamson to Lucy Bronze, and Bronze crossing to Stanway, but kept out by Leticia. And that resulted in a throw into England, which they took. It's Lauren James now with the ball. Tried to, I think, almost tackled another player. I think that might have been Tamirez. Luana trying to cross to her to Gacy. Gacy now with the ball for Brazil. Tries to get around Williamson. Was almost fouled, but she manages to hold on to the ball. So great work so far by Gacy. She passes to Caroline. Caroline now to I think that was Zanaretto, who in turn passed to Lauren. Lauren now to Antonia. Antonia crossing to Zanaretto, but the ball kept out by England, and subsequently intercepted by Russo. But a foul inside the 18-yard box on Zanaretto, and that was by Leah Williamson. Or did she actually foul Williamson herself? I think she may have done. So I think that's given a free kick to England, which they will have subsequently taken. So the ball is now with Bronze and Kira Walsh. Walsh passing to Williamson. Now back to Earps in goal. Earps passes the ball out to Kira Walsh. Walsh to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood now to Jess Carter. We're just over half. We're a little over half distance now, and it's still England 1, Brazil 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones. Williamson now passing to Lucy Bronze, although she was almost tackled by Caroline. and the ball now passed back to I think that was Russo, but England still managed to hold on to the ball, and it's now with Alex Greenwood. Greenwood with the ball for England, passes to Lauren Hemp, but the ball deflected by Antonia. So it's a throw into England, and the ball is now back with Kira Walsh. Now it's with Jess Carter. Carter trying to go around. I think that was Lauren, but nothing doing. And the ball had to go back up down the field, I should say, to Williamson. But the ball has been sent back to Earps, who does a long range pass to Carter. Carter to Greenwood. Now the ball is firm. Now the ball is with Elatoon. Brazil managed to take it back though, and so good interception by them, but they lose it to England through Alex Greenwood. Greenwood now to Leah Williamson and Lucy Bronze. Greenwood. Or should that be? Or should I say Williamson? Williamson passes to Greenwood. Now back towards Williamson. Williamson passing now to Russo. Now it's with Alex Greenwood. Across by Greenwood to Lucy Bronze, who now finds Lauren James. Can James make it two? She can. England have doubled their leads. Or has the goal been disallowed? It's been ruled out. It won't stand. And what a shame that was. And what a shame for Lauren Hemp. She was just half a body length offside, and so the goal will not stand. Unlucky for her, but unlucky for her, but there is still a long way to go in this match. So England will have plenty of chances to further extend their lead. Meantime, Earps clears the ball out of goal to Lucy Bronze. Now it's with Kira Walsh. Brazil look like they're going to make a fight. Brazil look like they're going to try and make their own fight back. It's Gacy to Ari. Ari passing to, I think that was Antonia through Lauren. Now the ball is with Luana. Luana passing to Kathleen. Kathleen now passing to Caroline. Caroline now to Antonia. Antonia, can she find someone to cross it to? Antonia almost cut out by Carter, but she manages to hold on to the ball. Great footwork by Antonia. Hemp trying to get in on the act as well, and it's paid off for England. They managed to tackle the ball. Hemp has it briefly, but is pushed by Lauren for a moment, and that was a rather exhilarating couple of minutes, and we're just over 30, and we're a little over 30 minutes gone. It still remains England 1, Brazil 0, despite Lauren James's attempts to make it 2-0. It'll be interesting to hear Russ's thoughts at half time. And so the ball is now with Alex Greenwood. Greenwood passing to Ella 2. Now it's with Leah Williamson. Williamson trying to pass to Bronze, but the ball was intercepted by Kathleen. Kathleen now passing the ball around, but punched away by Earps. Good work, good reflexes by the England stopper. But will this result in a corner for Brazil? Brazil to me look like they're getting closer and closer to leveling the score, but England are still managing to carve out a rock solid defence. And the ball is now with Jess Carter. Carter to Lauren Hemp, but Hemp fouled by Antonia. I personally just see that as a normal incident. There was nothing worthy of a card in my view. And England managed to get things restarted, and with Ella2 now holding onto the ball, but they lose it to Brazil. Luana tried to pass to Gayse, but the ball only went as far as Kira Walsh. And now the ball is with Lucy Bronze. Bronze to Williamson, who passes to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood now passes to Carter. Carter now to Hemp, but a long-range pass back towards Carter. Greenwood, I should say. Greenwood to Walsh. Now back to Greenwood. Greenwood still holding onto the ball. is looking for a gap and was looking for a gap to find someone to pass it to. She can only go as far as Carter. Carter pelting up the pitch with the ball. She passes to Ella Toon. Toon passes now to Lucy Bronze. Bronze to Lauren James. James enters the 18-yard box, tries to cross to Alessia Russo, but the ball goes as far as Lauren Hemp, which could be lucky for England, but cut out by Antonia. So this will I think give England. So I think this will give England a corner. Good work. Good. The idea was good, but Brazil were able to keep that attack out. So it'll be Greenwood to take the corner for England. Will the Lionesses be able to make it 2-0 this time? Greenwood makes sure that the ball is perfectly within the angle. She crosses into the 18-yard box. The ball is but it all comes to naught. And Gayse tackles the ball from Leah Williamson, but England are able to take it back. Now Brazil have the ball through Luana, I think it is, or was it Caroline? In fact, it was Caroline. And that looked like she was going to make it, and that looked like she was going to go for goal, but well held by England. It's Hemp. The ball is now back. The ball is now back with Hemp, who passes to Georgia Stanway. Now Lucy Bronze, who in turn passes to Williamson and Greenwood. Greenwood back to Leah Williamson. Williamson towards Kira Walsh, and Walsh crossing to Lauren Hemp. Hemp has to hold off Tamirez. She's doing that, and she passes to Williamson. Williamson looking for Toon, but cut out. I mean, or should I say intercepted by Raffaele? Just under 10 minutes to go until half time. It's still England 1, Brazil 0, and Carter passing to Kira Walsh. Now the ball's with Alex Greenwood. Carter with the ball again. Now the ball is back with Alex Greenwood. Greenwood passing to Alessia Russo, and the ball is now firmly with Georgia Stanway, I should say now. Stanway trying to pass to Russo, but cut out by Antonia, and Lauren James now going for another shot at goal, but was her shirt pulled? I think it was. It was definitely pulled. I think it might have been by Antonia. James looked like she was going to try and find someone to pass it to, but a shirt was indeed pulled. By Antonia, and Ari took advantage of this to deflect the ball away. This is England's third corner, and Brazil have so far had one. Greenwood kicking the ball into the 18-yard box, almost headed by Bronze. I think she was trying to find someone to head it to, but Brazil were able to keep this one out. Or did it actually come off the head of Williamson? Or did it actually come off the head of Bronze? Yes, indeed, it did. And it will be a Brazil goal kick. I think the ball might have been deflected away. Neymar looking on in the stands, and the ball has been picked up Leticia. Leticia tries to finds Gacy, but the ball is deflected away by England, and that will be another Brazil throw. So Brazil get ready to throw, or is it going to be an England throw? We'll confirm in a moment or two. There are the contingents of Brazil supporters, and it will be an England throw. And up go the lights, reflected from fans' phones. And the ball is now with Leah Williamson. No, Alex Greenwood passing to Jess Carter. Back to Greenwood. Greenwood crossing up the wing to Leah Williamson, who was fouled by Gay. So now another England player has been fouled. I think that was by Antonia, and I think I think someone is going to go in the book. It might well be Raffaele, and Raffaele has indeed been given a yellow card. So I was wrong about who fouled Stanway. I thought it was Antonia, but no, it was the captain Raffaele. And I think, to me, I think that looked more clumsy than malicious. I'll have to ask Russ's opinion on that at half time, as Carter now has the ball for England, who passes to Ella Toon, who scored the opening goal earlier on. And Toon caught at and Toon tripped, I think, by Luana. And the ball has gone over the line for a throw-in to be taken by Jess Carter. Carter gets ready to throw. She does, and throws to Lucy Bronze. Bronze now to Alex Greenwood. Greenwood to Lauren Hemp. And Hemp tries to cross into the 18-yard box. Kept out by Brazil. Hemp holds onto the ball, and she passes to Kira Walsh. That was through Williamson, although play has been stopped for some reason. I think that was a free kick to Brazil, which was taken straight away. Luana has the ball, but loses it to Ella Toon. Now the ball's been taken away by Ari, but given back to England. It's Leah Williamson passing down the wing to Jess Carter. Carter back to Williamson. Williamson now towards Lauren James. And James tries to find Lauren Hemp. Hemp tries to get to the ball, but cut out by Lauren. And Brazil still managed to hold on to the ball, but it's given away to England. And it was with Russo, but Brazil managed to take it back. England have retaken the ball through Ella Toon, but it's gone back to Brazil and Luana. Again, the ball's been taken by England. It's sort of yo-yoing between the two teams. But England have managed to steer the ship in their direction and regain control. For the time being, I should say, but it looked like it was with Brazil, but England retook the ball. We're now just under 5 minutes left until half time. It's Greenwood passing to Ella Toon. Ella Toon now passes the ball to Lauren James. It's James into the 18-yard box, trying to cross in to Lauren Hemp, but saved by Leticia. Good save by the Brazil stopper. It's Gacy now with the ball, but she was cut out by Lauren James. And this is what happened earlier, and this is what happened just now. Lovely header by Hemp, but saved by Leticia. I think Leticia has wised up to England's attack, which is I think one of the reasons why the score has been kept at 1-0 with 3 minutes to go. It's Hemp now with the ball or should I say James with the ball for England. She passes to Lucy Bronze. Bronze tries to find Russo, but Russo's effort on goal was saved by Leticia. Despite letting that earlier goal by Ella Toon, I'd have to say Leticia has proved to be an effective goalkeeper. The ball has now ended up back with I think Zanaretto. Zanaretto tries to pass to Gayse, but the ball is intercepted by Walsh for England. It's now with Jess Carter. Carter passing to James. James passes back to Walsh. Walsh to Alex Greenwood. And Greenwood passes back to Mary Earps in goal. And now firmly with the ball is Lauren James. James to Georgia Stanway. Stanway crosses to James. And James is looking for a chance to try and get it in, but can't. Her path was blocked, and but as I said a short while ago, there is still plenty of time for England. There's still plenty of time for England to double their lead, and that is Pia Sundhage possibly discussing what she's going to talk to the team about during the halftime break with 1 minute to go. And Antonia gets ready to throw the ball out. She does. She threw to, I think that was Luana, but she managed to get it back. And the ball is now with Kathleen. Kathleen tries to find someone to pass it to, but was intercepted by England. Williamson to Walsh, and almost tackled by Gayse. Gayse now with the ball, but tackled again by England. She has been a real cog in the system for Brazil, and an occasional threat to England. And we're now into the last 10 seconds. We're now into the last 10 seconds of the match. We've now gone over 45 minutes, and there's the halftime whistle. Superb performance by England as always, but Brazil have challenged them. All the way, and will Brazil be able to break through? And will Brazil be able to find a way to break through, or will England double their lead and further extend it during the second half? Halftime score for the women's Finalissima at Wembley: England 1, Brazil 0. We're gonna go for a short break, but join us in a little while for Russ's thoughts over halftime. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the women's Finalissima between England and Brazil. And Russ, the action in the first half was nothing short of frenetic.
He was, Nicholas, a fantastic first half. I think I mentioned before, and Nicholas, we know what we can get, what we're going to get from the Lionesses, and it's shown tonight fantastic football from them. Very unlucky not to be 2-0 up. But Lauren James was just a fraction offside, so our goal was correctly ruled out. But I got one of the goal scorers right, Ella Toon up on the scoring, very, very spot on, Nicholas. And what I'm liking about this Lionesses side, they are getting put under pressure and a bit more challenges than what they faced in the Women's Euros and in the other matches under Serena Wiegman so far. And so far, they're standing up to the test. Brazil have had very little going forward, but when they've had got forward and creating chances, England have stood firm and watched them really, really well and stood firm to them and defended really, really well. They've attacked with quality, as we know they've got the Lionesses, but Brazil defensively look a bit shaky at times, and sometimes look a bit steady as well and solid. And England, if we just find that right gear in the second half, turn up that extra gear, they could have more than the 2-0 that I predicted before the game.
So, even though Brazil are missing, key players like Marta, credit to them for proving a really tough challenge. Credit to them for proving a really tough challenge for England. I'd have to say that the stand-up players for me for Brazil would be Gaysay and Carolyn, but we also shouldn't rule out Luana and Antonia. Who has stood out for Brazil for you?
The people that you've mentioned as well, Nicholas. All those that you've mentioned as well, Nicholas. But another one for me, I mentioned it before kick-off, Rafaela, the Brazilian captain. I think at times she's looked good in defence, held that Brazilian defence together and made them look more solid than what they probably should be on against this Lionesses side. Yes, they want to win the Finalissima for the Copa American side of it, but with England with the Euros winners, and then the World Cup coming around the corner for our Lionesses as well, Nicholas. This is a really good test and is one that the Lionesses are really, really putting on a good show for Wembley this evening. And I know we were speaking earlier, Nicholas, off air, and I know you said your dad has gone to this game tonight, so he'll be seeing a good, impressive performance from the Lionesses this evening. If we just look at the Lionesses side as well, Nicholas, I know you mentioned some of the Brazilian sides there, but for me, the Lionesses, I mentioned two of them in the first in the pre-match with the prediction. Ella Toon and Alessia Russo, they've played well. Lauren James, another fantastic performance from her. Lauren Emp on the left-hand side as well. At times she gets a bit unfair criticism for me. Sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not. But the last 3 or 4 games for Lionesses, she's put a good performance in. Another one who's having a fantastic game is Kira Walsh tonight. Her and Stanway playing some decent passes between them and playing out wide to either James, Emp, or even getting it forward to Toon and Russo. And we know what Stanway is like. Fantastic goal. She's got a fantastic goal in the Women's Euros for England on the way to winning it. And the winning to Wembley as well. So they've got that winning feeling of Wembley, and one which I think the Lionesses will be hoping to continue into the second half, Nicholas.
Yes, indeed, they will. We haven't got long left until the start of the second half. So who do you think Serena Wiegman will bring in from the substitutes bench, and likewise with Pierre Sundhage?
Well, I'll start off with the Lionesses, with them leading at the break thanks to that fantastic goal from Ella Toon, as we mentioned. For me, I'd like to see Rachel Daly playing a more preferred position up front. Tonight, maybe rest Alessia Russo or Ella Toon in the second half. I think Chloe Kelly will come on as well. potentially Katie Robinson after fantastic performances in previous games. And I'd like to see Neve Charles play as well, because I think she's been fantastic when she's been playing for the Lionesses. As for the Brazilians, I don't really know much about them, but potentially Adriana may come on for them. I think when I've seen her a little bit, she's done fantastic work. So probably just, I only really know about her really, Nicholas, so I don't really know much else. I'll probably just say I think Adriana may come on for Brazil, but not sure who else will probably will come on. And ahead of the game tonight, Nick, so I was listening to it on the TV and I thought Pia Sundhage gave a good account of herself and spoke really well to the English media before the game. And I really like how she was explaining how Brazil won the Copa America and how they're going to try and make it difficult for England. They have done in parts, but I think England, like I mentioned already, Nicholas, stood up to the test. And for me, Nicholas, so far, I know you'll be picking the player match later, but there's a number of candidates you could pick from already, Nicholas. Lauren James, Alessia Russo, Ella Toon, Lauren Emp, Georgia Stanway, Kira Walsh, Lucy Bronze. So there's a number of players there. I've just named 7 of the Lionesses side who could be in contention for the player of the match later on.
Yes, thank you, Ross. And I will hope to have you on. And we'll hope to have you on at the end of the match, or any further thoughts. Should this game be level after 90 minutes? Don't forget it. It will go straight to a penalty shootout. Should that particular event occur, we are still a few minutes away from the start of the second half. Thank you very much indeed to Russ for giving us his thoughts on the first half and the score and the predictions going into the second half. So we're going to take another quick break, but join us again before the start of the second half. Welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the Finalissima between England and Brazil, the women's Finalissima, that is, and a couple of halftime substitutions being made for Brazil. Adriana will come off in the place of Bia Zanaretto, and on will come Andressa Alves. Yes, indeed it is. Andressa Alves will come on in place of Lauren. So look out for them. They must. So look out for them. We get ready for the second half to begin. 45 minutes stand between both teams and their destiny. Who will win the women's Finalissima 2023? We shall find out as the second half gets underway, and England have taken possession. England will now be playing from left to right, Brazil right to left, as opposed to what I failed to mention in the first half. And England straight into it with the ball, although I think Gaysay looked like she was going to go for a chance with the ball. It's Greenwood with the ball now for England. She's under pressure from Gaysay. Gaysay to Lauren, losing the ball, I should say, to Lauren James. Brazil now Brazil looking for the chance to equalise. Saved by Marriott. It was by the substitute Andressa Alves. Brazil appear to be re-energized after the half-time break. Wonderful shot by Alves, but saved as ever. But saved by Marriott's razor-sharp reflexes. And the referee now having a look at Alex Greenwood. I think she's winded, but I think she's been winded. Something might have happened to her. As for Pia Sundhage, she's also won the Women's Euros with Sweden back in the past. Greenwood appears to have got back going again, which is good. I thought she was winded, but apparently not. And the ball is now with Ella Toon for England, under pressure though from Luana. But the ball now goes towards Alessia Russo. Russo now passing to, I think that was Hemp towards James, but headed out by Brazil. England look like they're going to go for another chance through Kira Walsh, who passes to Jess Carter. Again, defended by Brazil. And it's gone now to Ella Toon, but taken off by Brazil. And that was by Kathleen. The ball has gone out of play once more. I think that was a chip away by Ella Toon. And so it'll be a throw-in. And so it'll be a throw-in to Brazil. And the game appears to have taken, and the game appears to have started in the same way as it had in the first half. Really explosive and energetic. Brazil have taken the ball. Brazil managed to take advantage of the goal kick. It's what looks to be Gaysay with the ball. She goes around Kira Walsh, and but she has to find someone to pass it to. She does. I think that was to Alves, or was it Antonia? No, it was indeed Antonia. Antonia has been a real thorn in England's side by playing superbly in midfield. Tamires now standing over the ball, and it'll be a goal kick to England. And whilst that's going on, I should remind you that Brazil will be playing in Group F of the Women's World Cup, and they'll be playing against France, Jamaica, and Panama. Just thought I had to get that out of the way. It's Adriana for Brazil, but the ball has been given as a throw into Brazil, which was taken by Tamires. Tamires passes to Raffaele now to I think that was Caroline to Tamires, but tackled by Williamson for England. Was almost given to Adriana, but superbly tackled by England intercepted by England, I should say, through Russo. And the ball is now with Alex Greenwood. Greenwood passing to Jess Carter. Carter now to Kira Walsh. Now it's with Greenwood. Greenwood crossing the ball up front to Russo, but Russo was a long way from the ball. and the ball is cleared away though by Leticia, and England were able to regain control. I think a free kick has been given to England for something which I did not see, and there goes the free kick. And the ball is now with Leah Williamson. Williamson passing to Bronze, and Bronze now to Kira Walsh, back towards Bronze. Bronze now finds Leah Williamson, and Williamson passing to Lauren James. James passes back to Williamson. Williamson to Walsh, now back towards Williamson again. Williamson crossing to Ella Toon, but intercepted by Tamires for Brazil, and I think that will be a free kick to, and I think that will be a free kick to Brazil. Iron Verunik in consulting with Serena Wiegman. The ball is now with Ari for Brazil. Ari has been a nuisance for England, as has Luana, but Luana loses the ball to Ella Toon, and out it goes for a throw to be taken by Antonia, which she takes no problem. It's now with Gacy, saved by Marriott, and the ball is now being kept out, and Wesley Muzamara says, "Is there any link to watch the game?" I don't know. I don't know what he means by that. So I best leave that explanation to the experts. But Gacy now has the ball back through Brazil. Gacy has the ball back through Brazil, but it only goes as far as Marriott's in goal for England. Kicked out by Williamson. Now, but the ball's been given away to Caroline, and Caroline tries to go for a shot but misses. And Marriott couldn't save it, but I'd have to say that England had the majority of chances throughout the first half, but now the pendulum for chances at goal appears to be swinging in Brazil's favour now. Great use of the right foot by Caroline. Ertz narrowly missing. And it will be a goal kick to England. Passed out to I think that was Williamson. Now the ball has been given to Luana, I think, for Brazil, who in turn passes to a Kathleen. Kathleen was looking to pass to Leticia, which she has done. Now it's with Raffaele, who is on a yellow card. Don't forget, Raffaele to Caroline. Now back to Leticia in goal. Leticia has found. I think that's Kathleen. Now it's with Williamson. Williamson now passing to Bronze through James. Tackled, intercepted again by Brazil through Adriana. But again the ball kept out by England, and it's Luana to I think that was Tamires. Despite the prediction that England would win, this game by 2 goals or more, Brazil have proved to be a really tough opponent for England, or should I say, really tough opponents. As Lucy Bronze gets ready to throw the ball out for England, almost caught by Brazil, but retaken by England. Now it's with Luana for Brazil, and Luana passes to Gacy. Gacy enters the 18-yard box, but the ball has been caught by England. Given away now to Adriana, who passes to Luana. Luana passes to Caroline, and Brazil still managed to hold on to the ball through Raffaele. Raffaele to Caroline, but intercepted by England, and I think that was by Russo. Yes, indeed it was. Russo holds on to the ball, but bundled down by Tamires. England are shouting for a foul, but the referee's having none of it. Brazil still managed to keep hold of the ball. It's with Kathleen right now. It's with Kathleen right now, and Kathleen passes to Antonia, but England tackled the ball, and it's now with Jess Carter. Carter passes to Georgia Stanway, who's fouled by Caroline. And Caroline tried to protest her innocence. Stanway, in my view, I think being very stoic about it. Didn't show much in the way of retaliation. Caroline still trying to protest her innocence, but the referee doesn't appear to be listening, and so play still goes on. Greenwood tried to pass to Carter, but gives Brazil a throw in. That was sloppy. That was a sloppy pass by her, in my view. And so Brazil get ready to take the throw by Antonia. Antonia throws to I think that's Agese. Yes, indeed it is. It is Agese. She has to get around Jess Carter, and she crosses to and she crossed to I think that was Ari, but nothing doing so far. I should have said this earlier, but I apologise in advance if I get any Brazilian names wrong. And Agese now goes after the ball. She passes to Arai, but Walsh stood firm, and now she passes to Elatoon, who in turn finds Russo. Russo now has to go after the ball. She gets it, but it's under pressure from Kathleen. Russo does well to hold on, though. Russo now passing to Kira Walsh. Walsh passing to Stanway. Now it's with Lucy Bronze. Bronze was I think taking a bit longer than normal to find someone to pass it to, but it's now with Williamson, who passes back to Bronze. Bronze now to Williamson again. Williamson to Walsh, back to Williamson. Williamson passes to Toon. Now Walsh, who in turn finds Elatoon. Elatoon has to get around Raffaele, and almost did so, but Brazil were able to take the ball back, but they give it away to Lucy Bronze. Bronze passing to Kira Walsh. Should England make a substitution within the next 5 minutes? I reckon they should. But if you agree with me or have other opinions on this, then do please let me know in the comments. As Bronze crosses the ball to Lauren Hemp. It's Hemp now with the ball. She's entering the 18-yard box, tries to pass to Stanway, but is intercepted by Caroline of Brazil. Caroline passes down the wing to Raffaele. Raffaele under pressure from Alessia Russo, but she manages to pass to Caroline, and Caroline crossing up the field to Antonia. Antonia now passing to Arai, now again to Antonia. Gayse with the ball now for Brazil. She's under pressure from Greenwood. Gayse just about managed to hold on, but it has to go up, but it went out for a Brazil throw. And England tried to take it back, but Brazil hold firm. And a cross into the 18-yard box, but headed away by England. I think that was by Luana. But meantime, Gayse has the ball and goes for a shot, but I think it bounced off Mary Earps and the crossbar. That should have been the equaliser for Brazil. And Gayse showing disappointment in her face. Very unlucky for her to miss out. And I think and looking at my monitor, I think Earps punched the ball into the air, so it didn't hit the crossbar. No, palmed it. But a missed opportunity for Brazil to level. They could turn things around with this corner, though. and I think it will be Caroline to take the corner, although she's having a bit of a chat with Arai, and it'll actually be Arai to take the corner. She passes to Caroline, and Arai passes back towards Caroline. Caroline towards I think that was Luana. Indeed, it was. Brazil still looking for that equalising goal, but England managed to keep it out. And once again, it'll be a corner to, or should I say, throw in to Brazil to be taken by Tamires. Tamires with the ball, looking to find someone to throw to. She throws to Caroline. Caroline passing to Adriana. Adriana now to Kathleen. Now back to Arai. Back to Kathleen again, I should say. Kathleen under pressure from Russo. About 30 seconds over the hour mark. It's still England 1, Brazil 0. Don't forget if the score is level after 90 minutes, we go straight to penalties, no questions asked, and no extra time. Something has happened which I think will have given a free kick to Brazil. It'll be Tamires to take the free kick. Chloe Kelly looks like she's warming up. She could make an appearance. From the substitutes bench. We will be keeping an eye on that as Tamires takes the free kick by passing to Raffaele. Now the ball was with Caroline, although I think she passed to Luana at the last minute, or was it Arai? I think it was Arai. But whatever they were thinking, it missed the goal. And but Arai was confident. But Arai is confident that they are getting closer and closer to leveling things up. And it will be Caroline to take the corner, or will it be Arai yet again? The ball passed to between Caroline and Arai. It goes into the 18-yard box, but missed by England. Offside. A player's offside. It's Alves. It's Andressa Alves. And the picture on my monitor might give a clearer understanding, but clearly I'm under the impression that Alves was offside, and it will be a free kick to England for Earps to clear away from the goal area. England will be playing a second match against Australia on Tuesday at the Brentford Community Stadium, which was one of the venues used in last year's Women's Euros. Raffaele now with the ball for Brazil. She passes to Tamires, although Tamires was almost under pressure from Lauren Hemp. Thrown to Brazil to be given to Adriana. England almost have it back through Williamson, but given away again to Brazil, and so it'll be a throw in to Brazil to be taken by Tamires. Tamires throws to Raffaele. It was I think momentarily with Catherine. Now it's back with Raffaele. Raffaele passing to I think Caroline. Now it was intercepted by England and Williamson. Now the ball looks like it was going towards Arai, but I think Arai was shoved away by Lucy Bronze. Or was that Adriana? No, it was Adriana. Now the ball is with Lucy Bronze. Bronze tries to cross forward to Russo, but she had to pass to Ella Toon, I think it was. Now the ball is with Toon again. Ball and she passes to Kira Walsh. Now it's with I think that was Williamson, Greenwood, I should say. Now the ball is firmly with Williamson. Williamson to Ella Toon, or should I say Stanway? Stanway passing it to Ella Toon. That was a long range pass, by the way. It's now Lauren James. James passing to Ella Toon. She's entered the 18-yard box, but she has to pass back to Lauren James. James to Walsh. Now back towards James. James passing back towards Walsh. Now it's with Alatoon. Intercepted by Brazil almost. Now the ball's been crossed towards Lauren Hemp, but she was too far back, and it was just cleared out in time by Leticia. So, but I have to correct myself. It was actually Carter that that tried to cross, and I think it was actually deflected off to Mires. So Stanway takes the corner for England. She passes to Lauren James. James into the 18-yard box, but almost kept out by Brazil. England take the ball back and they retreat. Obviously trying to find a new plan for attack. The ball now with Walsh passing to Greenwood and Williamson, and she has to pass back to Earps. Now it's with Greenwood. Greenwood to Williamson, I think. Williamson now does a cross, or should that be a forward pass to Jess Carter. Back to Earps in goal, and now back out to Williamson. 66 minutes in, it's still England 1, Brazil 0. You're listening to the Commentary Hub with me, Nicholas Jones. We're also live on the Commentary Hub to JB Sports, Storm FM, and you can also hear us on our Twitch channel. As Kira Walsh passes to Georgia Stanway. Now the ball has ended up. Now the ball has ended up back with Williamson. Crossed by Williamson to Lauren Hemp. Lauren Hemp now has the ball. She has looked dangerous in front of goal, but she hasn't been able to convert anything. Now it's Georgia Stanway going for a shot, punched away by Leticia. England are still hungry for that second goal, but Brazil still hold firm. Walsh to Lucy Bronze, and Bronze passes to Lauren James. And James manages to hold back to the ball, or was that Carter? Yes, in fact, it was Carter. Now Lauren Hemp going for another chance, but cut out by Kathleen, and the ball. But remarkably, the ball still stays in play. Will it be third time lucky for England? Hemp has the ball. She crosses into the 18-yard box towards Russo, but headed out by Kathleen, I think. Now it's with Caroline, almost picked up by Bronze, but the ball goes to Leah Williamson. England trying to take advantage of this and keep the ball under their control. For me, it's difficult right now to say who. For me, it's difficult to say right now who has the best chance to win, as Brazil have slowly but surely caught up to England, and they've been looking to create chances themselves. So full credit must go to them, as Greenwood loses the ball to Gacy. Gacy now tries to pass to Adriana, but cut out, but intercepted by England. I think the Hearts, I think England supporters' hearts must have been in their mouths during that time. But how on earth are England able to keep this one out after giving the ball away? How did Williamson stop Brazil from equalising in the nick of time? Stanway tried to go for that shot earlier, but palmed away by Leticia. And so a free kick has now been given to England. I think Luana has come off the pitch, and on has come Dua, and on comes Duda Francellino. Francellino on for Luana. So Brazil very keen to make substitutes as and when they can. England perhaps being very cagey when it comes to substitutions. Although, as I see it, Chloe Kelly looks like she's about to come on. And I think Rachel Daly Rachel Daly is getting ready as well. And should they come on, it will have been at a better time for them because Brazil are still managing to hold firm against England's attacks, and the ball has now gone out of play for a Brazil throw-in. I think Arai might have had the touch of the ball, and will there be a and also Gose as well. It'll be a throw-in to England to be taken by Carter, but I could just about see Kelly and Daly getting ready to come on as Lucy Bronze now has the ball for England. She's crossing to Lauren Hemp, but intercepted by Raffaele. Now it's with Tamirez for Brazil, and she passes to Raffaele. Now the ball is with Kathleen. Kathleen passing again to Raffaele to Caroline. Now back towards Raffaele. Stanway looked like she was going to try and take it off them, but Caroline and Brazil do really well to hold on to that ball. It's now with the ball is now with Kathleen. Kathleen now passing to, I think that was Arai, but a foul by Gese on Alex Greenwood, and that was in the Brazil goal area, and that looked nasty. Greenwood down on the ground. I think she's hurt herself. The physio's coming over to have a look. I think that was a blow I think that might have been a blow to the head. But she is breathing and able to move her legs. And so Chloe Kelly will I think be coming on any time now. I think another player is getting ready to come on as well, besides her and Rachel Daly. I think that was Lottie Wubben-Moy. And I can see a stretcher coming on as well. So I fear that this is a nasty injury to Alex Greenwood. We'll have to this could be a real blow to England, because Alex Greenwood is normally just so good in defence. Serena Wiegman has I think been told of this, and as a result, it's taking a bit of a long while for the substitutes to come on, and Chloe Kelly having a bit of a last minute chat with Rachel Daly before they can come on. And now the fourth official looks like she's going to get ready to come to bring them on, and I think they'll be for Russo and Ella Toone. Ella Toone and Russo obviously exhausted from that from the match play. That was the opening goal by Ella Toone. Wonderfully taken goal it was too. And so and there's the confirmation is this: Russo will come on. Daly, I should say, will come on in place of Russo, and I think Lauren James will be coming on. And I think Lauren James will be replaced by Chloe Kelly, and yes, indeed, that is the case. Kelly makes her way onto the pitch, and I think Rachel Daly will be joining any time now. Yes, in fact, she has. And she will take the place of Russo. So now at last we can get everything restarted. With around 16 minutes to go, it's still England 1, Brazil 0, and I think there will be a few minutes added on for injury time, because of what happened to Alex Greenwood, who I believe has who I believe has been stretchered off, and it's Tamirez passing to Arai, and just scrapes up. But just as I say it, I can actually see Alex Greenwood back up on the pitch. So she appears to have recovered, and it appears I was mistaken that she was, and it appears that I was mistaken that she was going to be stretched off because that looked nasty. Somebody has been given a yellow card. I can't see who, but Mary Earps has managed to take the ball, kick the ball out for England, and it went straight to Chloe Kelly, but she was tackled by Ramirez. Should that be Tamirez? Tamirez now with the ball for England. Play has been stopped, and in fact, it's a yellow card for Mary Earps. Earps has been given a yellow card, and Earps has been given a yellow card, but I couldn't see why. If you have any more, if you saw anything I missed, then do please get in touch. As Tamirez throws to Raffaele, now back to Tamirez. Tamirez under pressure from England, and England are able to take the ball back, and it was aiming for Lauren Hemp, which it is. Hemp just manages to get the ball before it goes over the line, and Hemp crosses to I think that's Chloe Kelly. And is this the second for England? No. It was Daly who had the ball, but offside. She's been ruled as offside, so any goal that would have resulted would not have counted. And Daly was clearly ahead of Raffaele. So no surprise that she be given offside. Brazil have managed to retake the ball back through Arai. Arai loses the ball to Williamson. Williamson crosses to Lauren Hemp, who just manages to keep it inside the line. But just as I say it, Antonia tackles the ball off her, and it goes over the line for an England throw. And it will be Jess Carter to take the throw for the Lionesses. With some 30 minutes to go, 77 minutes in, it's still England 1, Brazil 0. And if things stay as they are, England will win the first ever women's Finalissima. As Lucy Bronze now has the ball for England. She tries to pass to Chloe Kelly, but intercepted by Tamirez, who manages to kick the ball over the line for a throw. And it will be a throw in to England to be taken by Bronze, almost picked up by Daly, but good halting by Raffaele. Ball now thrown out to Georgia Stanway. Now Greenwood passing to Jess Carter. Carter to Rachel Daly. Now back to Jess Carter. Carter passing to Walsh. Walsh has found Greenwood. Greenwood does a back cross to Lauren Hemp. Hemp now inside the 18-yard box. Was aiming for Georgia Stanway, but well-timed interception by Antonia for Brazil. She crossed to Agese, but the ball was kept out. But the ball was intercepted by England, and now it's back with Brazil. But England managed to take it back, and I think a foul on Agese. But the referee's saying play on. Bronze to Chloe Kelly. Kelly passing back to Bronze. Now Kelly again. Kelly passing back to Bronze. Bronze to Leah Williamson. Williamson now passing to Lucy Bronze. Across forward by Bronze to Rachel Daly. Daly just outside the 18-yard box. She passes to Chloe Kelly, but offside. Offside has been given. or has it? I actually think it was offside. I think somebody was somewhere they shouldn't be, and that has given Brazil the free kick. The ball is now with Tamires. Tamires passing to Raffaele, and the ball glanced away by Arai, but it's gone as far as Leah Williamson. Gacy tries to get the ball, but good teamwork by Williamson and Greenwood to keep the ball away from her as far as they could. And so Williamson now crossing the ball forward to Chloe Kelly, and almost intercepted by Raffaele, but Kelly does well to hold on to the ball. Is this going to be England's second? No. Good tackle by Brazil. They were able to deny England their second goal. And that was between I think Tamires might have had a hand in this. So well done to her. Throwing given to Brazil by Tamires. Tamires throws to I think that was Francellino. Francellino loses the ball to Stanway. I think that was by a foul. So it's a free kick to Brazil. Still very little to choose between them with 9 minutes left. It's still England 1, Brazil 0. And it's a throw in to England to be taken by Lucy Bronze. Bronze aims the ball. She throws, tries to find Kelly, but is headed out by Tamires. So it'll be another throw in to England. Bronze aims and throws to Daly, but almost intercepted by Brazil. Now the ball is with Rachel Daly. Daly to I think that was Stanway, but Brazil were able to take it off. It's off them. It's now with Carlino, but was almost taken by Francellino, or should I say Caroline? And I think Antonia has gone down. I think that was a foul by Lauren Hemp, I should say. So I think Hemp has been given a yellow card. I'm taking another look at my monitor, and yes, it was Lauren Hemp. Whether she was close to the ball or not, I do not know. But her name is in the book. That is certain. And so Gacy now has the ball for Brazil. She's been a real pain for England. But England have been able to stand up to her thus far. And in terms of who my player of the match should be, I can't decide who it's going to be. And for once, I'm considering players from both sides. England have had their fair chances. England have had their star quality players, as one might expect, but several players have stood out, in my view, for Brazil. So and there's the confirmation that I can see on my monitor. Hemp has indeed been given a yellow card, so my hunch was correct. Free kick to Brazil. It goes to Tamires, although Kelly looked like she was going to try and take it off her. But Brazil still able to hold on through Caroline. Now it's with now the ball's been given to intercepted by Daly. Daly passing to Lauren Hemp. Hemp now passes back down the wing to Carter. Now it goes to Greenwood. Greenwood to Mary Earps, and she passes now to Leah Williamson. Williamson with the ball, and the ball goes towards Chloe Kelly, but she passes back to Williamson. Williamson crosses forward to Daly. Daly now finding Chloe Kelly. Kelly just inside the 18-yard box, headed clear by Antonia, I think it was. But England have regained the ball through Greenwood. The ball is now with Carter. But a foul on Lauren Hemp, and Hemp has sustained a nosebleed. Was this retribution? Was this retribution by Brazil for her earlier foul? And that was by Kathleen. I actually don't think it was malicious. I think her elbow was in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I think 3 Brazilian players look like they're going to come on as well. I thought that Alex Greenwood's injury was bad enough, but this looks very serious for Lauren Hemp. And I can see the Brazilian player, and I can see the Brazilian substitutes getting very animated and shouting across the pitch. I think one of them is Fernanda. Just gotta wait for who's going to come on, and Rachel Daly being looked over by the England physios. Fernanda, Gabby Nunes, and I think that is Yasmin, and I think that is Yasmin Ribeiro. So Nunes, so Gabby Nunes and Fernanda look like they're going to come on. Ari standing on the touchline. So off the pitch comes Antonia. She has been superb in defence, and Gabby Nunes will thus take her place. And onto the pitch she comes. Rachel Daly appears to be all right. I think she's going to carry on playing, and so Ari comes off and makes way for Fernanda with 3 minutes to go. This will surely go over time. There will surely be more added on time for Lauren Hemp, I should say, not Rachel Daly. And also getting ready to come on is Casey Robinson. That nosebleed on Lauren Hemp looks very nasty indeed. And so Lauren Hemp will be coming off, and Casey Robinson taking her place. The bloodstains on her shirt and nose, very clear to see. And that is not what. And an injury like that is not what we want to see at any level of football, let alone international. And so the game is restarted, and Kira Walsh now has the ball for England. Walsh trying to cross forward to Casey Robinson straight away there. Casey Robinson tripped up and inside the 18-yard box. No penalty given. And Brazil were able to take advantage of this. It's now Kira Walsh. She passes to Georgia Stanway, but intercepted by Caroline of Brazil, who passes to, but she gives the ball away to Lucy Bronze, who passes back to Kira Walsh. We're now about a minute and a half left until full time. But England still managed to keep hold of the ball. Not for long though, as Raffaele retakes possession for Brazil, and she passes to Leticia in goal. Leticia now to I think that was Gabby Nunes, and Leticia kicks the ball out of goal towards Tamires towards, I couldn't see who. That was Andressa Alves. Andressa Alves now to Tamires. Now it's with Duda Francellino. Francellino crossing the ball now forward to I think that was to Andressa Alves, but Jess Carter did well to intercept for England, and Carter has now been fouled, possibly in retaliation, by Gaze. And we've now got around 15 seconds of normal time left. It's definitely going to go over time, and that was a shove in the back by Gaze. I think she's been too aggressive for her own good. And in terms of who my player of the match should be, I still can't call this one. I really can't. So we've now gone into 90 minutes, and 5 minutes have been added on because of the injuries sustained to Lauren Hemp and Alex Greenwood. The latter still able to carry on playing, and the ball is now being passed around to a Kathleen and Raffaele loses the ball though to Lucy Bronze, but it's gone back to Raffaele. She passes now to Leticia in goal, and Leticia manages to pass the ball out to Kathleen. Kathleen now passing the ball now to Fernanda to Gaze. And Gaze now has the ball for Brazil. But the referee Frappa has blown the whistle, and a free kick has been awarded to Brazil. And the free kick will be taken by Tamires. Tamires takes a few steps back. She is definitely on my list for consideration. Will this free kick be the chance for Brazil to level the score? Takes a couple of steps, possibly to confuse England. Takes another step and goes for a shot, but well defended by England. Toon tries to clear it away, which she does, and that has given Brazil a throw-in. Throw-in taken by Brazil to Fernanda. Fernanda trying to pass to, I think that was Adriana. Adriana towards Gaze. Now back to Adriana. Adriana's inside the 18-yard box. Can she go for a shot? Almost stayed, but Brazil have levelled. I don't believe it. It's Adriana. Or is it Alves? It's Alves to level for Brazil. So the game will likely go to penalties. England have just got 2.5 minutes to try and bring the game back to them. And it was the setup by Gaze. And the ball was momentarily saved by Earps, but she lost concentration, and Andressa Alves was just able to finish it. And Andressa Alves was just able to finish it off at the last possible moment. Right place, right time. Is England's 28-match unbeaten run about to come to an end? Pia Sundhage celebrates, as do the rest of the management. So it looks like a penalty shootout will be very much on the cards. England will need to pull something really amazing out of the hat if they are to ensure that the Finalissima is theirs. Stanway, or should that be a throw in to Brazil? Brazil get ready to throw, which they do, and the ball is now being thrown around, and it's gone to England for a throw, and because of what I've just seen, I'm going to give my player of the match, as sponsored by Commentary Services, to Andressa Alves for Brazil. So well done to her. Katie Robinson now with the ball for England, but halted by Catalin. Less than 25 seconds to go now. It's surely going to be impossible for England to try and retake the lead with so little time left. Carolyn trying to cross forward to Gacy. Can Brazil possibly pull something last minute out of the bag? It's Gacy now with the ball for Brazil. Trying to cross to Gabby Nunes. Kept out by England. We're now into 5 minutes. And it's full time at Wembley. With penalties to come. I didn't think I'd say this, but England will now face a penalty shootout. And after full time, before we go into penalties, it is 1-1 between England and Brazil. Do please stay with us. We're gonna go for a break, but join us when we come back for the penalty shootout. welcome back to the Commentary Hub's coverage of the women's Finalissima between England and Brazil after a second half, which I thought was going to go England's way until Andressa Alves scored that wonderful finish at the last minute. It goes to penalties as opposed to extra time, which is commonplace in traditional matches, and it will be. And I think England will be. And I think England will be the first. England will be the first to take, and it looks like, it looks like it will be Georgia Stanway that will. And it looks like it will be Georgia Stanway that will take the penalty. That will take the first one for England. She watches. She goes for the shot. Letitia misses, and England take the first penalty. Stanway knew what she was doing, and in it went. And the punch of the air, clear to see, and the next player, and on comes the first Brazilian player to take the penalty, and it will be Adriana. So Adriana gets ready to take the penalty for. So Adriana gets ready to take the first penalty for Brazil. Earps has to use her reflexes. And the ball goes through, punched away by and punched by Earps, or did it actually go in? I think it did. So it looks as though Brazil. So it looks as though Brazil have the second one in. And yes, there is the confirmation. So it's not after penalties, it's England 1, Brazil 1. And next up is Ella Toon, who scored in the first half to take the penalty for England. Saved by Leticia. And the penalty score remains level. And the Brazilian players jumping up and down. And Earps has to save this one. And Earps has to save this one to be taken. Earps has to save the next one to be taken by Tamires. Tamires takes a few steps back. She faces Mary Earps. She's breathing deeply. She runs up and kicks the ball, but punched away by Earps. England are back in contention. It still remains 1-1. And but the Brazilian players applauding Tamires' efforts nonetheless. And Earps just palmed it away without any trouble. It's Rachel Daly's turn for England's third goal. Mary Earps walks up to the spot, or is she actually going to give the ball to Rachel Daly? Yes, she does. Gives her a handshake for good luck, and the ball now being placed onto the spot. Leticia faces Rachel Daly, and the referee blows the whistle. Daly runs up and kicks the ball in. England are back in the lead. So England are back in the lead, and the ball actually went into the side, of the net. So, it's still a goal for England nonetheless. And now to kick the ball, and now it's the turn of Raffaele. Now it's the turn of Raffaele for Brazil. Will Earps be able to save this one? Raffaele takes a few steps. She runs up, and the ball goes over the ball just hits the crossbar, and England have what? And have England won? It doesn't. We're just going to wait and see. But that ball hitting the crossbar just just goes over, and Raffaele knows she's missed that opportunity. So it's 2 misses for Brazil, only 1 miss for England. And if my memory serves me, and if things serves me correct, if this next one goes in, England will be 1 step closer to winning the Finalissima women. Alex Greenwood to take it. It goes straight in. And England are now 3-1 to the good. And that was a really good finish by Alex Greenwood. The England, her teammates applauding this one. And Brazil now have to really get them, and Brazil now really have to get back into this with Caroline. If this one goes in, will it be all over for Brazil? Earps has to save this one to keep England's chances alive. Caroline has to score. Mary Earps warming herself up. Will she miss? The ball goes in. Brazil are still in with a chance. And Caroline just completely fooled Mary Earps, just sent her the wrong way, and this penalty shootout is still far from over. Chloe Kelly, and it's now down to Chloe Kelly. If this one goes in, it's all over. England will win the Finalissima. So Kelly faces Leticia. She runs up, kicks the ball, and it's in! England have won! England have won the women's Finalissima! You can always count on Chloe Kelly to produce a match-winning finish. And that confirms it. England have won the Women's Finalissima 2023, the first ever Finalissima for women. All I can say is that Brazil pushed them. All I can say is that Brazil have pushed them really hard every inch of the way. I thought it was going to be over after 90 minutes, but they took it to penalties, and England stood firm again, and England just put in the goals when they needed to, despite a slight blip early on in the shootouts, but they've done it. They are 1 step closer to possibly achieving something really great in the Women's World Cup. Brazil will have to go back to the drawing board and work hard to prepare for their time in Australia and New Zealand. But after a 4-2 penalty shootout, England have won the Women's Finalissima, and we're going to get Russ Vernon in now. Russ, my heart was in my mouth throughout this whole shootout.
Nicholas, I was watching it, and my mouth. I can't even get my words out, Nicholas. I was going to say my mouth was in my heart.
Yes.
I mean, my arm was in my mouth as well. But Chloe Kelly, she won the Euros for the Lionesses. And, Nicholas, she has won the Finalissima for the Lionesses as well.
Player of the tournament in the Arnold Clark Cup. Do not forget that. But
she was fantastic in the Arnold Clark Cup as well, Nicholas. And she's been fantastic for England all the way through in the end. And Chloe Kelly off of the bench, and she does the business once again. And Serena Wiegmann's record, and England have been unbeaten in Serena Wiegmann's matches. We have not lost a game under Serena Wiegmann.
That's a surely got to be some kind of international record. If anyone knows whether Serena Wigman has surpassed any international records for the amount of games won as international manager, then do please let me know about this. But before we go to the trophy celebration, the second half and indeed the penalty shootouts kept us all guessing to the end.
It did, Nicholas. Kept us guessing all the way to the end. And I just want to say, if anyone's been following our Twitter feed, a Commentary Live one throughout the coverage while following the game alongside Nicholas Jones, it was me doing the updates on our Twitter feed, a Commentary Live one. And I was doing it throughout all the penalty shootout as well. So if anyone were following that, that was all done by me, and the graphics, including when the Brazil equalising goal graphic and the England and the half-time graphic and full-time graphic, was I did got all those sorted as well. So, and the graphic I used for the shootout, that was also being done for the game as well, with along with the teams and and with the shoot for every single one in the shootout. That was all done by me, and I created the graphic done in the shootout and the end of the game as well. But England, fantastic performance from them, and Serena Wigman has not lost a game for the Lionesses, unbeaten are the Lionesses, and it's another trophy for England, the first ever women's Finalissima, the inaugural women's Finalissima, and the Lionesses have done it, Nicholas. And I just want to say, Nicholas, I was watching the game on the TV. I had your commentary on as well. I knew what had happened before it come through on your commentary, because I was watching it on TV live. I didn't sync it up this time like sometimes do. But your commentary tonight, Nicholas, this is why, especially in the penalty shootout, Nicholas, this is why we gave you the England Lionesses commentary job. You do a fantastic job. So very well done to you tonight, Nicholas.
Thank you very much. But thank you very much. But that aside, you've really got to feel for Brazil. They pushed them all the way, and I was just so impressed with the likes of Andressa Alves, and that last minute goal by her was why I gave her the player of the match. I was just under such a lot of pressure to choose to choose who it would be, but there you go. But also we mustn't forget Gay, say Luana, Antonia, and Rafaela, and also Tamires. She played really well tonight.
Yes, and there were some top players and top performances from this Lionesses side, Nicholas, as well. That I mentioned at half-time, Ella Toon, Alessia Russo played well. Lauren M played well when she came on, caused a few problems. And Chloe Kelly scored the winning penalty as well. Alex Greenwood had another fantastic game. Leah Williamson, another fantastic captain's performance from Leah tonight as well. And Lucy Bronze, ever present on that England right back slot at the moment, and a very, very good performance from there as well. And I'm going to give another shout out to Mary Apes, because prior to the Women's Euros, Nicholas, she wasn't in contention to be number one. Ellie Roebuck then picked up an injury just before the Women's Euros, a couple of weeks before, and that's why she wasn't involved only on the bench for the Women's Euros throughout the tournament. Ellie Roebuck, and if it wasn't for her getting an injury, I don't think Mary Ebbs would have established this long-standing number one spot in the Lionesses goal, and she had another fantastic performance there. She was unlucky to concede the equaliser, which took it to penalties, but fantastic saves in the penalty shootout, which is why one of them at least anyway, which is why England have won this tonight. And Ella too, one of the players I mentioned for England, fantastic performance from them. But like I said, Nicholas, fantastic performances from Brazil tonight. Gacy, Antonia, Adriano I mentioned, Andressa Alves, who scored the equaliser. Brazil didn't give up, and I think the been some tough tests in the Euros. Don't get me wrong, but I think this performance tonight and this test tonight for the Lionesses and the one against Australia next Tuesday is proven why these will prove probably the biggest. These two are probably the biggest tests of the Lionesses will face, and because they could end up playing against these teams again during the World Cup in the summer.
They very well may do so, but we've also got to mention Lauren Hemp sideline with a nosebleed after a nasty whack in the face. Do you think this will perhaps compromise her match fitness for the World Cup?
I'm not sure, Nicholas, because normally if they face a little injury, sometimes they can come back in the next game. So we'll have to see if she plays against Australia. If not, see how well she does back at the club side leading up to the World Cup in the summer, season and leading up to the summer. As I just see a picture of a former Lioness. She won the Euros with us before announcing her retirement. Jill Scott will fetch out the Finalissima trophy onto the podium where Leah Williamson in a few minutes' time will go up and collect that. So what I'm going to do now, Nicholas, we've almost getting ready to do. I'm going to hand back over to you to get ready for the trophy presentation.
Thanks, Russ. Chloe Kelly and Lucy Bronze having a bit of a slight chat with each other. On come the UEFA delegates. One I believe is the UEFA president Alexander Seferin. First we should also have the runner-up presentation medals given to Brazil. So we wait for the medals and trophy to be presented onto the pitch. The podium just about getting set up, and everybody having a last minute chat amongst themselves. Lucy Bronze being very animated. I think she was having a bit of a slight chat with Mary Earps, raising a smile out of her. And on comes Jill Scott to, as Ross mentioned just now, to place the trophy onto the podium. I thought it was Farrah Williams at the start of all this, but it wasn't. So apologies for getting it wrong. And Leah Williamson leading the team very effectively from the front, and everybody having a bit of a laugh and a joke amongst each other. In particular, I'm looking at Kira Walsh and Leah. I'm looking at Kira Walsh and Leah Williamson. Kira Walsh now going off to receive an award herself from the UEFA president. I think that is for their official player. I think that is for their official player of the match. We'll get the confirmation on my monitor shortly. But so she receives the congratulations from Leah Williamson, and also coming forward to get their medals are the match officials led by Stephanie Frappard, one of the best female referees in world football. She receives the medal, shakes the hand of Alexander Seferin, and the rest of the UEFA delegates giving out the medals to the match officials. We should have the Brazilian contingent coming out on very shortly. And what can you say about Brazil? And coming up onto the podium now are Brazil, led by Pia Sundhage, with Rafaela leading the team. Guard of honor given to them by England, which is nice to see. They did something similar to Germany in the women's Euro final all the way back in July. You have to think, had Marta been able to start, the result would the result have been any different? It's all just get in touch with your opinions as the players receive the medals from the UEFA and CONMEBOL delegates. One of which could be the CONMEBOL president. And if you know who he is, then do please let me know. As also receiving her medal is Arai. She played really well, as did Luana, I think that was. Fernanda should have had more time on the pitch, but Leticia really brilliant in goal despite missing all those penalties and the early Alatoon goal. Gaysay as well, and also Gabby Nunes, and as Ross mentioned also Antonia, Lauren and Tamirez. The reserve goalkeeper Camila Gomez now receiving her medal as well. But and a final shout out must go to Andressa Alves for her game winning for her match equalising goal. And the England players now getting ready to come on and receive their medals. First up, Serena Wiegmann, the England head coach, receiving the congratulations and hugs from the delegates of both UEFA and CONMEBOL. So she'll be receiving her medal very shortly, and the congratulations given by Alexander Seferin, and the first of the players to receive the medal was Niamh Charles. Didn't see her on the pitch, unfortunately, but she will have plenty of time to further enhance her reputation in the months to come. Will she get a start in the game against Australia on Tuesday? Only time will tell. Alessia Russo receiving her medal. Didn't sit. Played really well on the front, but didn't get a goal in, unfortunately. Ella Toon, one of Russ's tips to get a goal in, but which was fantastic in the second half. They're going through the players right now. Lauren Hemp, she has made it to receive her medal, but her nose will need time to heal. And the rest of the players now coming forward to receive their medals. Chloe Kelly, who scored the final game-winning penalty, and also Lucy Bronze as well. Mary Earps, fantastic in goal, and a well-deserved hug from Alexander Seferin as well. And now the captain, Leah Williamson, to take the medal. A last-minute a light chat with Seferin. And Seferin gets ready to give the trophy, I should say, to Williamson. Williamson makes her way down off the stage and onto the second podium to join the rest of her teammates. She's done it before at the Women's Euros. They've done it at the Arnold Clark Cup, and England have won their third consecutive trophy at the Women's Finalissima. Is this surely going to be the last major trophy that they win before the Women's World Cup? They lift the trophy as one. The fireworks and the pyrotechnics going off around the stadium, and so is the customary confetti and ticker tape. The Brazilian team applaud from the sidelines, England brought football back home during the Euros. It stayed home at the Arnold Clark Cup, and they've managed to keep it home at the women's Finalissima. And is this team surely going to go on to greater heights at the Women's World Cup? They've only got their friendly match against Australia to go, because, like Russ said, they could face either Brazil or Australia in the Women's World Cup. And Russ Vernon, this team of Lionesses, they always give us an incredible performance wherever they go. And I have to say every time they put on these performances, it is such a pleasure for me to commentate on such a brilliant side as this.
Yes, and Nicholas, fantastic commentary once again, like I mentioned earlier. Lionesses, another fantastic performance from them. Got through in the end. It was never in doubt that England were going to win this Finalissima tonight. For me, even if it gone to penalties, I know they had match-winning penalties in the squad and out on the field of play when it finished the game. But just before we do wrap up, Nicholas, some stats to tell you now. In the last 12 months, Serena Wiegmann's England side have done the following: won the Euro 2020, beat the world champions, the United States of America, won the Arnold Clark Cup, beat the Copa America champions Brazil this evening, and they have also gone 30 games, 30 games, unbeaten under Serena Wiegmann. 30 games unbeaten under Serena Wiegmann since she took charge, and England have only had 4 draws in that time as well, Nicholas.
That is really amazing. That is really amazing when you think of it. But that just about wraps up our coverage of the Women's Finalissima on the Commentary Hub. The Lionesses keep roaring on. My thanks to Russ Vernon for giving us for giving me, I should say, his opinions and thoughts throughout our coverage. And thank you very much to everyone for tuning in. We'll see you again soon. Thanks for listening. Good night.